subjectively ranking Ace Attorney objection themes. Well, here's a fun video I wanted to do. I like music, and the Ace Attorney series undeniably has some bangers. So yeah, there's no specific rules here, I'm just a person that likes video game music, and I'll point out my favourite parts in each theme. By the way, I'm excluding prelude themes because they are just build-ups to the actual theme, and for Dual Destiny, Spirit of Justice, and Investigation arrangements, they're both going to be in the same tier as well, but I will have a preference on which one sounds better than the other. So, starting with my least favourite objection theme. Justice for All as a game is said to have some weak tracks, and well, thus explains its position here. The best I can describe it is that it's a budget version of 2001 with less dramatic flair and more techno noises. It has more musical variations in between, but I don't think it beats 2001. I'm probably just not a fan of 8-bit music, but considering this game was during the 2000s, I don't blame it for its efforts. And well, that doesn't mean the theme is very bad, I just think it's the weakest. Now this one is iconic. It does what it can in bringing satisfaction when objecting to a contradiction. I think it mostly just hits at the beginning parts, but overall there's not much to get out of it as it just constantly loops. While I do adore this theme a lot, and probably a lot of people do as well, I don't hate it either, I just prefer the modernized variations because they just make it sound better. Now this one is just more catchy. It fuses both Objection 2001 by using its motive at the beginning, but in different notes, and adds more variation in between with inspiration from 2002 as well, so it's just a massive improvement and a solid theme in general. This one incorporates 8-bit music and live instruments in an interesting way. I think it matches Edgeworth a lot for a classy gentleman like him. However, I guess the theme just lacks the oomph, because when you object to someone, it's supposed to be satisfying, right? Well, the beginning is okay, but I think what takes the cake is this part. But honestly, it's more funky than dramatic, but not a bad theme. In terms of the arrangement track, well, the most distinct difference my ears could point out is that, well, the whole song is remastered and there is more violins involved and a bass solo that goes very hard. But I don't know why, but I prefer the original 2009, maybe because this section in particular makes it sound dramatic and emotional for some reason, and that reflects way more with Edgeworth's great Arrival theme. For example, even though I don't like 8-bit, the original just sounds more hard-hitting. I never even played this game, but this makes me like the original theme way better when it's orchestrated. There's just more tension that, I don't know, I'm just more biased hearing live instruments being played. It just feels impactful with more intensity, and they add even more musical arrangement to make the original theme have more variety. And I don't know if it's just me, but I can also hear a bit of Apollo's theme playing in here as well, which is nice. The vibe of this one feels like a marching parade. I guess it makes it sound like a grand return of someone, which, well, it does its job with the snare drops and the violin composition. I think it shines more in the beginning, and given the time period where this game takes place, I don't think I can hear a better Objection theme to better describe the aesthetic this game shows off. A theme that builds off of Phoenix's finale in the trilogy, but upscaled with live instruments. Like I said, I'm biased. I find 8-bit music nice to listen to, and well, I don't get the same satisfaction in comparison to something that sounds more grand and dramatic. Like, come on, it's Phoenix, right?
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Now for some reason, I have no clue why this one sounds better. I noticed the difference between the Dual Destinies one because Spirit of Justice had some like electronic components to it. I actually don't know the correct music terminology to describe this, but to compare it, here is what I mean. It's just got that slight build up that intensifies to just sound so much better. I may have mixed feelings about Apollo's character, but man, his music just slaps so hard. I would always be locked in to find a flaw in a testimony just to hear the start of this theme. It has such a good build up from the start, and in the middle part, it just settles from there. Now Dual Destinies does it better with the OST for Athena. For a character like her, it really resonates with her charming and optimistic attitude. The trumpets and the chimes, they just give me goosebumps when I hear it, and I think this is better. It's simple with the right amount of quietness and momentum to hit just right. I just find something off with this one. It includes an electric guitar and adds more intensity to it, but it doesn't exactly suit the vibe for Athena in my opinion. If I was just playing Spirit of Justice and I heard this, I literally would not bat an eye to it. I guess it's to say Athena has had character development prior from Dual Destinies and now she's able to confront anything. But I see where it tries doing its best with the improv, but I'm not so sure how it was executed. It's a bit weird. The opening with the violins absolutely killed this build up. I don't know what it is with Apollo's theme, there's just a sharper edge and a sense of urgency that pulls you right into the moment. It displays Apollo's character as confident without being cocky, and that kind of energy is perfect. Now comparing the both, I can see that Apollo's Dual Destinies is more passive and grand, whereas Spirit of Justice is more aggressive and upbeat. If it was in the gaps with more improv and with a keyboard synthesizer, which I'm gonna assume is what makes that noise. But I do believe this one hits more harder and dramatic. You know when I said that the first theme lacked that oomph? Well, here it is. It starts right at the start, and just when you think the song is going to end, it adds more funk with a saxophone to top it off. And the arrangement soundtrack, I had a hard debate with the arrangement. They make this theme sound like my ears have been clogged up for 13 years, and I can finally hear the theme clearly in high definition. And honestly, I think the arrangement does it better here overall. The use of violins and techno effects are incorporated well to still keep it original, but done better. I do have a nitpick though, this one utilizes an electric guitar more, which goes insanely hard, but the saxophone is too iconic to pass off. but I think it has to go with the arrangement for this one. My favorite Objection theme so far. I'm a Sasato fan and the theme says it all. It's just so elegant. Come on, the violins and the other use of instruments just give off that Japanese aesthetic. And the rest pauses and dramatic slowdowns that all gradually combine themselves to play off the melody flawlessly. Anyway, let me know what your favorite Objection theme is.